Hey everyone, your boy Weber here, and today I want to do a tier list for exclusive equipment. So I will do it step by step because honestly there are a lot of exclusive equipment. It's hard to get them because you need to gift units to get them, and I think it's easier for me and easier for you to understand where everyone is when we do it together. together. So yeah, let's not think too much. Let's start. And yeah, let's start with Adeline's one. And this is when using II Captain, the damage dealt is inversely proportional to the number of targets. It also increases the accuracy to fire, 30. So this is the typical ability you get. You have it on Noah too, which means inversely means the less enemies are on the field, the more damage it deals. Let's check. I didn't have to go there, but let's check Adeline's II Captain. Adeline. Okay, never using her. It's an ultimate, so it's like an ability you can use only every 4 turns. And yeah, I'm not sure about the damage yet on this. Not really many people are using Adeline, if at all. I didn't see anyone using it on the Discord, but it's hard to judge. It's like Noah has the same EE, and honestly, if you play Noah, many will say went for the EE. It's not needed. The accuracy to fire is nice, I guess, but let's be honest, it's one of the EEs you don't need. It helps, of course, the accuracy especially helps, but other than that, I will give it a straight, I will not call it D, I will give it a C because it's usable at least. It doesn't enable the unit, you don't need it, and it's an AoE that gets better when there are not many units, so it's hard to judge for me. I will keep it in C for now because, like Noah's one, I think I can, because we talked about Adeline's one, from the priority we can also put Noah at the higher stage, but those are EEs you don't need. The heroes are working without it already because Adeline works on her S2, which can be reset if you kill an enemy, I think. So keep that in mind. EEs that are not needed go down, but they are still usable, so as they still improve something, so let's keep them in C. So with 2 out of the way, let's go with Alice one. Alice, the one unit everyone is on the same paper, she's currently underpowered. And what she does is increasing effectiveness to water, and at the start of battle has a 70% chance to increase speed for 1 turn. So let's check her base speed for now. Oh, okay, it's a bit different sorted. 124, that's not amazing, not gonna lie. So if she gets the speed up, it's great, but she only has a 70% chance to get the speed buff, and it's only for 1 turn. It's only for initial one. It's not reliable. There's no reason currently to pick her. This is one of the D ones because it's way too weak. It does nothing except 1 turn gives you speed, so you can maybe go first with her. But like, the problem is the unreliability. I would definitely put it in D. I'm sorry if I'm judging you wrong. It's like 1 guy is playing here, 1 or 2 guys on the server. Please, let's see what the guild raid will bring to the table. And she gets buffs, so let's see if the exclusive equipment will be also affected. So next one is Alpha. Let's check Alpha's ones. Okay, this is this really weird music box. And effectiveness to fire is good because all her, most of her abilities rely on debuffing. And at the start of battle, increase effectiveness for 1 turn. So already we can see here, it's not reliant on a percentage. And effectiveness is, I wouldn't say more useful, because speed helps you to go first, of course. But at least this is reliable. And I'm not sure if she needs it, because you will build her on effectiveness anyway. So I'm not sure if you want to rely on that. But definitely something which I will rate higher, because it kinda allows you to build her on less effectiveness if you want to hit the stun on the first turn, right? Still, not the equipment you really need, but I think that you can rate it higher than Noah's and Alice's one for now. Bet, easy S tier. It's probably the best EE on the game. Doesn't mean that Bet is the best hero, but it gives you not only accuracy to fire, It also gives you an increase in 70% priority every time an enemy with bleed ends his turn, right? So it's useful in PvE, it's useful in PvP when the meta slows down, and it basically changes completely how the hero works, right? Because you can build here on less speed, because as long as you can keep bleed up with your team, with your user units, and with better self, you can get this nasty 70% priority increase, which basically means she will get a lot of turns. PvP, we are not sure yet. I'm currently on Trust 9 on her, so I will test her very early and make a guide for her. But for now, I think this is easily a S-tier exclusive equipment because it changes the way the hero plays, right? It's so much more powerful than anything else we had heard so far. And yeah, let's keep going. Blue, I think it's a reset on his ultimate. I read it already because this AE is so cringe. Accuracy to fire, of course, nice. If Waterball defeats an enemy, has a 70% chance to gain an extra turn. This is not reliable. His ultimate is probably, no one is testing him right now because we don't have the resources yet. But for now, it's definitely belongs in D tier because it has the same problem. It's not reliable. It might do nothing. 3 out of 10 times it will do nothing. And it's on a hero that you don't need like so many no-goes here. So let's keep it down there. Claire is harder to judge. She gives a priority on her ultimate. I will put an 8 here for now because Claire's exclusive equipment gives priority to the river. It's wait a second. I thought it's for the whole team, but if it's only for Cindy, then it also Storm Crystal, and I think let's check it. My disappointment is currently very big. Storm Crystal. Yeah, we go down. So you want to start with S2 anyway. Then you use the ultimate. So basically you get 15% priority to get your basic attack going. I think this is not good enough. The reason it's here is because it's on a usable character. It's one of the better PvP units. If not, it's really good because of the accuracy buff. Attack buffs of course helps too. But currently, if I read it, it's only the river, and you go from S2 into S3 into S1, the 15% does nothing. It will not change any fight, right? So you could argue it could be also D tier, but I'd put it in C now because the U is at least usable. Claire, one of the stronger ones, reduce the cooldown of all skills by 1 turn upon scoring a critical hit. She can crit on her S1 and on her S3, easily one of the best ones, because let's check Claire and her ability cooldowns. 3 turn cooldown, 4 turn cooldown. I think you can reduce the cooldown. I check my personal Claire now. I don't want to give false news because the skill thingy is not reliable. No, it's not reduced. Okay, good. You start with your S3. Now, currently you start with your S3. Then you go into your S2, hopefully with burst, or your S1 if you don't have the burst ready for the to apply it on all your teammates, right? Effect apply on all allies. So if we get now the ability to reduce our cooldown, you will probably start with the S3, which will be 3 turns on level 5. Then you go with your S3. You will start with your you will go with your S2 you will go with your S2 no burst. Go into your S3, reduce the cooldown of the invocation. It will be afterwards on 1. Then you have 1 turn in which you use your attack and which will crit again. And okay, so basically it doesn't change that much on the highest level. If you don't have maxed invocation of Errol, the S2 yet, it will definitely help. But for rotation, to rotate in between your abilities, this is really good. So it's a really strong exclusive equipment, but because you can't really make crazy new rotations, I wouldn't rate it too high. It's really, really good. It's one of the more impactful ones. But for now, honestly, I would put it in A tier. I think about B tier, but it will be in the lower A tier if we get more units out. Next one is Dolly. Let's check Dolly for a second. Dolly is this weird pillow, I guess. And when using Still Drowsy, increase the evasion of the river for 1 turn. This is actually really strong because one problem everyone has with Dolly is that she is very fragile, right? She dies very fast, she has not a lot of HP. And so definitely also one of the better ones, because simply you can use your, is it the ultimate? It was the ultimate, did I read it right? No, it's not the ultimate. Still Drowsy, I think. Let's check it out. Still Drowsy is a S2. Okay, it's a S2, and it's usually the opener because you use, except in Arena. In Arena, it's not an opener. So in Arena, I think it doesn't change much, because in Arena you want to apply the silence first, and afterwards the Still Drowsy. Still a very good one. I would definitely say it's one of the better ones, because it deals with the weakness of Dolly, right? Effectiveness to water is a nice plus, so definitely A tier and above. Yeah. Next one is Elizos. I don't have to go over it. It's basically deals more damage if the enemies to enemies with bleeding. I can't say how much it is. I didn't see anyone testing it yet. It increases effectiveness to light to get her debuffs going. She has really good debuffs, and she has a very high speed. I think she's one of the underrated units. But we don't know the damage yet. I will put it in B tier, because this one will 100% be useful. The question is how much damage increase it is, which I can't tell yet. Yeah, so this is more like a placeholder B. And okay, the next one is Eva. Eva has the problem that her S3 has a very long cooldown. I think it's 5 and it can't be reduced. And this ability reduces the cooldown of healing, not of your after you use the generating boundary, right? It reduces the dark damage taken, which is one of the stronger ones, because it's a flat 20% damage decrease, right? This is crazy. But now check Eva. Generating boundary has the 5 turn cooldowns and you can't reduce it. And healing, later on, you will use it with reduced healing cooldown by 2 turns anyway. So if you can get the burst off with Vanguard Talisman, right? So the problem is the 5 turn cooldown. It's one of the weaker one AAs. Normally I would put it in D tier, but I think it will be in the low of D tier, C tier, because at least it's usable and the ability is very strong of reduced damage taken from dark elements. It could get into B tier because alone of that, but for now I put it in C tier because the ability change itself is compared to the other in S and A tier very low. Fanan is proportional speed, I think, is changing proportional to the missing health and reduced dark damage taken. So alone because of dark damage taken it's already higher. Speed proportional to missing health can become handy. So this is again much better than the other ones, because it's an ability that will be, as long as you get hit, it will be useful. Reduced damage taken from dark elemental use is a flat decrease, so it's definitely B tier. It's not A tier because she needs to lose health. She's not a PvP unit right now, and it's just for it's basically for PvE if you want to get cycled through more of her abilities, right? So lower B tier it is. Next one is Penruel, a very selfish unit that that's the wrong one. A very selfish unit that does single target, reduce earth damage taken. Already again we have the flat, she makes it again very good in PvE. Increased speed proportional to missing health. It's kinda the same like Fanan, but she has less usage than Fanan. She is a high investment unit because she's not doing anything other units can do as well. I think when I recall correctly, her kit is very durable. Penruel, where are you? Check it out. Attacks an enemy if the target has a barrier, they take increased damage. Proportional to missing health. Barrier, okay, she's anti-barrier, and she has on her S1 recalls health. So she's a very durable unit. I'm not sure if defense 32 on level 1 is good. Can we check it on Scout? Yeah, it's kind of the same. Let's check another unit, let's take one of the offensive unit to have a comparison on flat def. Sigma. Level 1, 29, so it's not a big difference. Going back to Codex. Penruel, like I said, kinda like Fanan. It's exactly like Fanan, except against Earth elements. You can keep it here. She will probably actually be very good against Earth guilds, so let's keep that in mind. The next one, Flambeck, one of the most useless healers in the game, and sadly green. So green has the short end, but they have 7, which is a 3-star sadly, so it's not available for everyone. But the exclusive equipment itself is not bad. It's actually kinda good, because it works with his kit, right? So it basically said heals by 20% when hit with a critical hit, right? And Flambeck wants to be hit. His kit resolves around him being hit by, I think, crits. Was it crit? Yeah, when hit by a critical hit. So Flambeck is a unit that needs to reduce the cooldowns of his ultimate to spam his ultimate here, right? So, and the ultimate has the burst. So Flambeck right now, very bad, but it might be a good unit against enemies who always crits, right? But other than that, the unit itself is bad, but the EE, healing him for 20% every time he is hit by a critical hit, makes him extremely durable. So keep that in mind. I put it in B because Flambeck is bad, but if Flambeck gets buffs, it might become a very, very good exclusive equipment, and thus I can't put it lower because the ability itself is really, really good, and it's also reduced water damage taken, flat 20, so might actually be a good hero for the upcoming guild raid against Maxwell. We have to see it. Next one is Francesca. Many people say she's underrated because she deals a lot of single target damage. Her EE increased effectiveness to light, which is good because I think she deals applies bleed. But this one is very unreliable, has a 10% chance of getting an extra turn after attacking. This is actually very unique, very cool, but 10% is very low. 1 of 10 attacks actually does something, right? So now let's check her effectiveness. Her abilities, why she needs effectiveness. Okay, inflicts bleeding, additional bleeding, inflicts bleeding, and removes her buffs. Damage increase according to bleeding, right? So sadly, because it's so incredible unreliable, I have to put it in D tier. Yeah, D tier, because she definitely doesn't need her exclusive equipment to work. Exclusive equipment could make some funny moments, so if you ever manage to get 5 turns in a row somehow with her, that would be so funny. But other than that, it's definitely an exclusive equipment you don't want to go early on, because she already works without it. So next one is, I think, I forgot his name, so I will just check it. Where are you? Let's check again how it looks like. Oh, it looks like that. Guizams. When using skill, Painful Demise, increase damage dealt to targets inflicted with bleeding. Accuracy to Earth 30. Let's check him. So, Golem. Abilities. 50% to bleeding, already unreliable. And Painful Demise, damage increase proportional to the missing health. And 30% chance to inflict bleeding. So he is a bleeder, he applies bleeding, but it's so unreliable. And the exclusive equipment, let's check it again. The exclusive equipment, damage dealt to targets inflicted with bleeding. We don't know the damage numbers yet, but it's again currently not needed. Put it low. It's like so completely unreliable to get bleeding with him alone. He needs others, and we don't know the damage numbers yet. To be fair, I will check again if he's at least an area of effect damage. No, it's 1 attacks an enemy. So yeah, absolute no-go. Avoid if you can for now. Let's go to the next one. Eedie. I think it's it removes the debuff when she gets her antipathy out. When using antipathy, has a 100% chance to remove 1 debuff from the river. Reduce water damage taken by 20%, and antipathy has a 60% chance to proc, right? So yeah, absolutely strong. 60% chance to remove 1 debuff from her every time she gets attacked. Reduce water damage taken received by 20%. She becomes the Violet of Outerplane, means she will be able later in RTA. She will be able to counter wall water teams alone. Like she will kill the one. If she sticks on the field with evasion and stuff on, she alone will destroy one enemy, one full blue team. Like, super strong hero later on, currently outshined by the speed meta. But keep in mind, this EE definitely one of the stronger ones. Not sure if I can put it in S tier right now, because you don't need it. I kind of want to put it in S tier, honestly. I think I overvalue it, but the remove debuff to deal with certain things is really strong. It can't remove stuns and so on, because I think antipathy will not trigger when you are stunned or frozen. But no, it's S tier. Like, remove one debuff, it's not on her turn, it's every time she is attacked. Very, very strong. It's an S tier exclusive equipment, in my own opinion. Okay, let's go to the next one. Iris. I think this one was not so strong. I'm currently using Iris. Effectiveness to Earth is of course good. Elemental Burst has a 50% chance to increase attack and defense for one turn when attacking an enemy inflicted with burn. She will always attack an enemy with burn, because both her abilities inflict burn. It's not super reliable, but she gets an extra turn on her burst as 2. And the chain attack is 100%. She's a PvE unit, and this one is helping her, right? It's good, but it's not needed. It's like, increase attack, nice. Increase defense, nice. But it's not needed. But definitely one of the more reliable ones, because she can cycle through her abilities thanks to her extra turn on her burst. So definitely better than other ones, but definitely if not higher than B tier. Okay, let's go to K. Reduce earth damage taken, it's 20%, we have a good start already. Sliding Uppercut has a 100% chance to remove buff from the target. Let's see, I used him in soft launch, but not now. It attacks only one enemy, and now it allows it to remove one debuff. So we can already say, because no one is using him, Sliding Uppercut is only on one target. Might be useful in dungeon, but he's currently outshined by every other fire unit. Still usable, good burst and stuff, right? I don't want to talk K down, but not higher than C tier right now. C tier because of the water, reduced water damage taken. Next one is Kate. Let's go over Kate's, I think it's a gauntlet. Let's see. Kate. This one. Reduce earth damage taken, 20%, good start already. And let the forge begin. Heals the caster by 10% max health. It's only the caster. I thought it's the whole team. And because it's only the caster, it's on a defender. This only is a win more ability. Let the forging begin is a 2-turn ability to create a barrier on your team. And she's already a defender, so she already doesn't take a lot of damage. And so it basically makes her only survive more. But she's the last unit you want to survive, because she will survive anyway. Before she dies, other units will die. And that makes the AE kinda useless on her, because if it's only the caster, it's way too low. And this, it's C tier. And okay, let's keep moving with Line. One of the heroes mentioned for the upcoming guild raid by the developers. I have to watch the skin again. Okay, it's this one. I think it's proportional to speed. Increased damage proportional to the caster's speed. Effectiveness to water. This sounds really, really good. But Lane herself, the damage numbers were low. I heard it someone say. So you could basically say, because increased damage proportional to the caster's speed on all abilities, effectiveness to water, this exclusive equipment enables Lane, right? You kinda need it to make her good. But Lane herself is not in the best spot right now, so definitely B tier for now. So let's check here. I will put Fane a bit higher. This one higher. Penruel, I'm not sure about now. Flambeck lower, yeah. And we can, Kate, I think this is fine. Put this like this. D tier, I'm not gonna check. S is fine, A is fine. Okay, let's keep going with Laplace. Laplace outshined by all the other options right now. Effectiveness to fire to apply her debuffs. She has on her S1, S3, I think, debuffs. And this makes it more reliable. And increase effectiveness for 2 turns. If you use, I think, your ultimate, Grand Blue Punishment. Let's check it for a second. Grand Blue Punishment, 4 turn cooldown ability, and damage dealt proportional to debuffs, kills an enemy extra turn. So the problem with her is, right, you don't want to open up with the ultimate normally because you want to apply some debuffs, but now with the effectiveness it will help her to apply the debuffs, so yeah, kinda nice I guess. Buttersport reduces attack and gives a barrier, and the S1 gives a speed debuff, but it's 50%. So her debuffs are like suited to reduce the damage, right? Reduce speed, reduce attack is basically, I want to reduce your turns the enemy takes, and I want to reduce attack. And this one is reliable, this one not so much. So does she need more effectiveness? Yes, she needs, because you mostly focus on her damage, because her damage is good. So this is because it gives you effectiveness for 2 turns, it helps you land your debuffs. This is actually good. But only because you focus mostly your stats into damage. So, but it's La Place only, it's B tier, it's usable, it's more usable than the other ones. More usable than the, yeah, I like it in the top of B tier. Next one is Leo. Everyone's husbando's favorite, I guess. Okay, that's this one. Song of Oblivion. Reduce dark damage taken 20%, already on a good start. Increase defense proportional to missing health. Becomes more durable. Problem with Leo is he deals good amount of damage. He needs to cycle through the abilities because his abilities are impactful for the team. And increase defense proportional to missing health is definitely nice. And it will help to build him more offensive, right? So let's check Leo for now for a second. I am blind. Eh? Oh, okay. So Leo, S3 attacks all enemies, 100% chance to grant with silence and invulnerability, one of the strongest ability in the game. Increase evasion for 2 turns and grants a barrier to 100% of Leo's defense to all allies except the caster for 2 turns. And as one, the barrier strength increase proportional to the caster defense. So you can already see his exclusive equipment works with his skill set. So it's definitely one of the better ones. I'm not sure if it's B or A tier right now, because it basically improves all his abilities. And because it increased all of his ability, it increased his skill set, and it actually is very useful. It has the reduced dark damage taken against Sigma and against Elisa in the future arena. I think it's okay to put it in A tier. Next one is Elise, Billis, I don't know. Effectiveness to fire, Lily. Okay, Beer Hunt has 30% chance to decrease the evasion of all enemies for 1 turn. I think Beer Hunt is ultimate. Yeah, so a 4 turn cooldown to reduce evasion of all enemies. And it also reduces the attack. Okay, so Lily currently a unit that is not utilized. And because of that, and Beer Hunt, it's not reliable. Its evasion decrease, it's nice. But it might be useful for certain heroes, enemies, but currently I would also say this is an easy C tier. It's usable, it's not reliable, it's on a unit you don't build currently. Let's keep going. I think Lisha is the same as the other ones. Damage proportional to the less enemies are on the field. Yeah, inversely proportional to the number of targets. Accuracy to Earth makes them more reliable to hit targets. Her base speed, I think, is 1 to 6. Hello? 190, not a high speed. So definitely suffers like the other ones, maybe higher because Lisha at least gets used by some players. But definitely in the same tier as Noah's and Adeli's exclusive equipment. Okay, next one, Maui, Yana, blah blah. Let's check this one. Master's Gift. Effectiveness to fire 30%. Inflict curse 2 times on the target for 2 turns on welcome. I heard some others talking about it, that it's really, really good. And welcome already can apply on the burst curse. it can defense buff for 80% of the time. I think with the burst effect, it should be then 100% defense buff, debuff. It's a 3-turn cooldown. It's good. The ability is good, and the exclusive equipment makes it very, very reliable. Oh, this is hard. Marin herself is not used, but with the guild rates confirmed now, and she has defense break, I think she will become a really, really useful unit. Yeah, A tier. She kinda needs the exclusive equipment. If the curse, it all relies on the enemy being able to be cursed. If she's able to be cursed, A tier. If it's not able to be cursed, D tier. So yeah, it depends on the enemy. So I will put it in A now. I'm not happy about this, but because others are saying she is good with it, was theory crafting, I will put it on A out of respect. Next one is Maxwell. This is not the EE. So let's see some claws. There are some claws. Increase, okay, accuracy to light. Okay. Increase the attack and defense of ally mages. So it's a buff for the whole team. That makes it kinda unique if you use mages. And yeah, accuracy. Why does it need accuracy? Okay, so yeah, because its accuracy is probably not so high on the lowest level, but yeah, this is actually hard to judge because Maxwell. Okay, let's talk about it. Increase the attack and defense of ally mages. It doesn't say how much. The problem I see here is that if you want to build Maxwell for dungeons, you usually want to use the same element, right? And you don't build around mages. And I think, how many mages do we have in the dark element right now? Francesca is not it. Okay, Philia, 1. Maxwell itself, really, let's count him, it's 2 then. I see 2. So if you currently want to use it and you want to use the team efficiently, you kinda have not much going on here, honestly. We don't know the stats yet, so I put it in C tier, but currently it sounds really strong on paper, so I will put it on top of C tier, but we have not enough options yet for him to make it really shine. Narokan, I think it's a skill cooldown reset. Yeah, kills an enemy cooldown, Typhon kick is reset, and reduce earth damage taken. Kinda, I think her ultimate allows her to have up to 3 turns of invulnerability, as long as she is not debuffed, as the buff removed. So 3 turns. Yeah, and in this 3 turns, you basically want to have her S2 always ready to deal the max amount of damage. It's a game-changing AE. The reduced earth damage taken, not so useful when she only has 1 HP. So, I'm not sure what to think about it. But there are healers in the team. It's actually a very, very strong AE. And honestly, I think it's to make Narokan work, you need it. To make Narokan work, you need it. So it's definitely an S tier. It's like the other ones, it enables them. So definitely an S tier AE, but it's Narokan. I can't top 8 here. Sorry, it's Narokan. It's a cheese character. She does some funny things. I can't put it in S. I'm sorry, guys. Oryx, S tier. A tier, not S tier, because of Oryx himself. Oryx not the most useful unit right now, but he is a good unit with counter. It reduces water damage taken, and the AE increases the chance to counter attack proportional to missing health, up to 50%. Yeah, that is really, really good. It basically allows him to counter attack, and Oryx himself, he will need the counter set, unlike Eedie, who doesn't need it. It's attack all enemies, damage proportional to caster's health, right? And it has burst. Can increase damage and penetration. It's really, really good. Yeah, so... Oh, okay, it can also... Really, really nice unit. Relies on counter attacks. Really, really strong AE. I think because it's more reliable and less cheesy than Narokan, we can put it safely in S tier. Party. I don't know this one. Cooking stuff. Let's go. Effectiveness to earth. Okay, she has some burns and detonation. Attack of the wearer for 1 turn. Fine dining. Okay, let's check this out. I am blind, as I always am. Ability, fine dining, ultimate, detonates all burn stacks. Deals damage, and of course, detonating burn. If you get an enabler, a first turn person who can burn all enemies, this is really, really strong. This is like Summertime Hysteria. And yeah, other than that, she needs the effectiveness to apply burn. And detonating burn is not bad because it's basically just damage directly. The enemy has no time to remove the debuff. It has a cooldown of 4 turns. Let's check out if it's what if it did. Okay, it increases attack of the wearer for 1 turn. You get an attack increase, you get effectiveness. It's okay, but it's not like something you need. I will put it lower than the other inverso because they are unuseful units. But I think this is fine. Putting it like this. Cindy also on a useful unit. And yeah, let's keep going. Pesket. The unit with actually high speed, but not the highest. If he had the highest speed, he would be easily usable. Increase accuracy to the water. Okay, it makes it more reliable to hit the target. When using wire bits, steals 1 buff from the target. He can see invulnerability. Sounds really fun. He could be a cheesy hero with that. But I need to check his skill set again to say if you should play him at all. Like you say, good speed. Really, really, really good speed. He steals 2 buffs on his S3 already. Proportional damage to speed. And his S2 can reduce the cooldown of giving offers and has a 2-turn cooldown. So it's kind of reliable actually. This gives it a lot of plus. With accuracy to water, steals 1 buff from the target. Actually, I will be honest, it sounds really nice, but I would put it higher than I put it in B, high B tier. I wouldn't say he needs it because the enemy has to have buffs in the first place, and he steals buffs already. But it's definitely one of the cooler ones. It struggles a bit because Pesket has no wall currently. Oh yeah, the next one. One of the worst units 2 stars currently, because a kid has no wall. 50% chance to increase to apply shock. Inflict stunned. Nice. Damage increase if shocked. And reduce priority by 30. Has 100% chance to increase the caster's accuracy. Okay. Very cute icon. Effectiveness to light is important here. Out of my way. Inflict shock for 1 turn. Is it the S1? If it's the S1, it's actually good. No, it's the ultimate, and it gives the ultimate the ability to inflict shock. Okay. Makes it kinda needed, honestly. Lower B tier because it's one of the exclusive equipment. You need to, if your S3 starts to apply shock, you can use your S2 stun more reliably, dealing more damage with the shock on it. It's good, it's good. It's better than the other ones here. The unit itself not so useful, but currently the ability makes maybe the exclusive equipment enables her. Wanna missing health stuff, hard to place. You don't need it. But let's check it first. Let's be more fair. So, reduce water damage taken 20% already on a good start. 10-minute protection. Oh, it's not. I was like, what? I was like, what? That's not what I read before. This is it. This one. Reduce water damage taken, good start. Increase speed proportional to missing health. Okay, she is very slow. She is a slow one. She belongs to the slowest heroes in the game. Let's check where Wona is. My blindness will at some point kill me. Sorry, guys. sorry. No. Okay. So her speed is very low, right? And she deals really good damage. She feels really, really strong. She's outshined by Noah, who's far faster right now. And S1 attacks 2 enemies is nice. S1, S2 of Noah attacks all enemies. But we're not here to talk about that. increased speed proportional to missing health. Sounds good on paper, but we don't know the speed yet, and if she's already half dead, she probably dies soon. So reduced water damage taken is really, really nice. It's a C tier equipment right now. It can help with her. No, it's better than C tier. It's B tier. It's lower B tier. It's okay to put her here. Put this one a bit higher. And let's keep going. Rico. I hate her. She looks so cringe. Where's my Rico? So Rico, yeah, let's check the exclusive equipment first. 50% chance to increase priority when she uses financial therapy. Financial therapy is a heal, which applies every 3 turns. Heals the caster by 50% and increase accuracy. Attacks an enemy and has 100% to inflict stun. Kit sounds really nice. Speed is not bad. And she has a chance to reduce the cooldown of her ultimate. Currently no roll. But with that said, 50% increased priority sounds kinda nice. Not reliable, but the cooldown of 3 turns. It's a C tier. Somewhere in C tier. Not sure where. When increased fire damage, I will put her in A tier for now. I think that's kinda good. She doesn't need it. But she doesn't need it doesn't mean it's not good. Increased damage dealt to fire enemies by 50%. This is actually crazy, right? This makes her an incredibly good unit in fire dungeons. 50% is no joke. Does not have effect on elemental advantage. I think that means when deals already 100% of the base damage, 100%, 20% more damage, and it doesn't count the 20% damage, is what I think. I'm not sure about it, but definitely A tier makes a good unit already better. It's 50% damage, that's a lot. Easy A tier. But she doesn't need it, that's why it's not on S. And it's only applies on fire units. So next one is on Saren. Let's check the flower. When using gaze upon us, increase priority of all allies by 10%. Would be nice, but she's very slow. Speed of 94, so it's not a reliable speed for buff, priority buff for arena. Reduce water damage taken, 10% nice. Then we have the other problem. Wise has a 5 gaze upon us. Oh no, it's 3 turns. Okay, I can take it back. It's kinda useful. I thought it's on the ultimate, but because it's on the S2, it's kinda reliable. Definitely higher B tier, top B tier. I won't put it in A because she doesn't need it, and it's 3 turn cooldown is still long. I mean, Tayou has a 2 turn cooldown. If you can poke it reliably, and it gives 20%. So yeah, Tayou S tier. Let's start with that. Tayou S tier. I will talk about it in a second. Shu. Let's talk about her. Shu's EE. Where are the... There it is. Reduce fire damage taken, 20%. Already good start. Dropping the beat increases the weakness gauge damage by 1. Meh. It basically says the S1. Is it the S1? I hope it's the S1. Yeah, the S1 will become reduce weakness gauge reduction 3. It's actually nice. It's not needed. The speed is very, very slow because I think, yeah, she gets it on here, 93, 103. She needs dupes to get higher speeds. And yeah, she can she has a burst on the S1. Her S1 gets really, really stacked with it. Sounds actually nice. She doesn't need it because it's only applies to bosses, and 1 more on it is not a huge deal. But still, B tier because it's useful and it has a reduce damage from fire. Sigma gives a stun on the ultimate. You don't need it. Let's check again first. Is it accuracy? She needs accuracy though, but there are not many light units in PvP. Maybe a good counter to Stellar with this. Gives a 75% chance to stun the enemies. Currently, you don't want it because you don't want to trigger the Tayou. But if Tayou is less available in the meta, this is actually good. Because the strength of Sigma is she can ult and gives the priority to all your allies by 10% without triggering Tayou, right? And this kinda can trigger Tayou. That's oh wait, it's only if the target is shocked. Never mind, it's good enough. It's not needed, but it gives you a stun. Hard to judge actually, because let's check the cooldown on the ultimate. I think that's 4 turns. Yeah, so yeah, it's 4 turns. The problem is the S2 is 3 turns. So it will usually in PvP never happen that you start with S2 into S3. You will always go for the S3 for the priority increase. So it's a very, very rare case in which you will go for S2 into S3. Right? Increases counterattack chance, actually interesting. Currently in Arena, she's used to counter Valentine and Tayou, because she can be safely used against Tayou. So add-on, the EE is not needed. The problem is you can't, the cooldowns on the abilities are really weird. Yeah, I can't put it higher than, it's not needed. It's an easy C tier. It's an easy low C tier. I love the hero. She has uses in Arena for me, but it's an easy low C tier because it sounds amazing on paper, but the stun, you will rarely use the stun. But when you use it, it will be useful. Okay, higher C. Okay, higher C. And that from someone who loves her. Snow. Hard to judge. Top 8 here. Easy top 8 here. And okay, let's go over it. Effectiveness to fire is nice, makes it more reliable. And it gives her ultimate a 40% chance to inflict frozen on all targets. And the ultimate is basically, if you ignore the speed proportional, damage proportional to speed, is exactly like Valentine's ult, which we all know is good. And now you can also freeze all targets. Really, really good. Countered by Tayou, of course. But this makes the ultimate better than Valentine's ultimate. And 40% chance to freeze is no joke. This will be a really, really good, Snow will be a really, really good unit if the meta becomes a bit slower. So for now, definitely deserve to be top 8 here. Tanya, not sure about how to feel. Sophia, not Tanya. Sophia, let's check the E first. This is Idiot's one, is it? Sophia's. Increase the dual attack damage of all allies, okay. Accuracy to fire, okay. Sophia's kit, let's check it out. Attacks an enemy. If the attack kills the enemy, increase priorities and increase attack. Okay, she needs to kill an enemy to enable herself and to get quickly another turn. This one gives speed and activates dual attack with one ally. Okay, nice. And this one gives priority 20, which is also nice. So, do I think she needs her exclusive equipment? No, I don't think so. It excludes skill chains. We don't know the dual attack damage. But because it's unique, I will definitely put it in higher C tier. It suffers the same fate as Maxwell. Stella, one of the most broken units. Let's check the EE out for now. So, Stella, where are you? Edit. Bad. Stella. Decrease the priority of the target by 30%. Accuracy against dark. 30. Okay, unforgivable sinner decrease priority is what we keep in mind. And let's see where Stella Boy is. Stella-chan. Hello, Stella-chan. Ah, there's Stella-chan. Unforgivable sinner, 4 turns cooldown. Attacks an enemy, steals all buffs, and damage increases per speed. Okay, really good one. Steals all buffs is kinda strong. Okay, she doesn't reset something, so that was what I'm looking for. If she resets something, she doesn't do it. So, decrease the priority of the target by 30%. This works against some bosses. She kinda counters slow units by making them even slower. It's nice to have. It's nice to have, that's it. It's basically it. Okay, I'm kinda have to get back to the codex. Nice to have, not needed. Same fate as Noah, same fate as Lisha, same fate as Adeline. Tanya-chan. Let's go to Tanya-chan now. Tanya, I think, was this one, or is it? Oh, they look all the same. Sophia's, of course. That was... Okay, how many swords are still available? Tanya's. Permanent protection gains immunity for 2 turns. Reduce butter damage taken 20%, really nice. Terminate protection gains immunity for 2 turns. Yeah, immunity is very, very nice. Why does she need immunity? Let's find it out. Attacks all enemies, 4 turn cooldown. Reduce the target attack for 1 turn. Damage increase proportional caster defense. Very durable damage dealer who relies on defense. Immunity to debuffs is really nice. It's really fair. It's really fair. I can't say much about it. It's really fair. Immunity is very strong. 2 turns. It could become really, really strong in PvP, having immunity on it. But for now, it has to be seen. Definitely hard to judge right now. But it sounds definitely usable. Next one, Valentine. 30% increase chance for dual attack. It's an A tier. It's not a must. But 30% is really, really nice. Effectiveness to Earth. To land her priority debuff and stuff, to land her abilities more, mainly S3. Nah, okay, it's okay. But S1 gets a 30% chance to do a dual attack. You don't use the S1 that often without anything. You usually use it at least with the S1, but the S2 gets triggered, the burst 2 gets triggered very, very often. It's really nice. The ability itself is very, very strong, but you don't need it. Like, you can burst, you can use the burst so often already. It's better than Marian's. Vera, let's go to Vera. This is okay. I think it was with kill Vera. After killing an enemy, increase critical damage by 3%. Accuracy to light. Not many light units currently used in arena and so on. Critical damage by 3. So up to 15% critical damage. You don't need that. See it here. It's the same with the others. Like for arena, probably D tier. I'll put it in lower C tier. Like, could also be a D tier, but yeah. Let's put Francesca on top of D tier before Francesca lovers will kill me. Veronica easily also the best one because it enables Veronica. She's already good without it, but this one is so broken. Reduce fire damage taken by 20%, so we have the best reducer already on the passive. And increase damage proportional to max health. Now, Veronica has scales really, really good with HP, and the ultimate, if you put attack on her, deals really, really a lot of damage. But now, you can mostly focus on HP while still maintaining your damage, right? And that makes it so broken. Increase damage proportional to max health on a unit that scales on max health defensively is the combo. The combo together makes it so broken. So easily S tier, yeah? No need to much target. It's if you have Tayou, if you have Veronica, definitely target those ones. Those ones are just here because they enable the units. They kinda need it. And yeah. Yuri, finally the last one. So I can save my voice again. Reduces water damage taken by 20%. Really nice. But Yuri itself, can remove debuffs. That's her strength. When using I Can't Do It, has an 80% chance to inflict taunted on target for 1 turn. Okay. Let's look at Yuri-chan. I'm not sure if you say Yuri-chan in this case. I Can Do It. Damage that increase proportional to caster's max health. Okay, it's a S1. And has an 80% chance to inflict taunted. Really, really strong actually. This gives your S1 another ability which can save your team if you can apply taunt. This is very strong in PvP too because it's basically a stun. With 80% it's kinda reliable and it's just an extra on top of it. one of the stronger exclusive equipments, definitive in the higher B tiers. And that's it. So I will check now if there's something wrong in the list. I think the cheese stuff you can put lower. I think this is fine, but it's hard. It's hard. It's really, really hard to judge some of the things. Like, some belong higher, I put them randomly higher. Is this deserved? Definitely lower C tier, definitely lower C tier, definitely lower C tier, C tier, definitely deserved. Deserved. It's all deserved, yeah. Party might be higher. This might be higher because it's on a useful unit, it's a strong effect, but it's just one ability. Sigma's one, yeah. Problem, like I said, you use the S3 first and then you have to wait for the S2 for the shock. I mean, if you think about other units, yeah, if you think it with other units out, it can be strong. Yeah, it relies on other units. I was thinking selfish. It's definitely useful if you think it with other units. If you only think about Sigma, it's not so useful. But if you think it with other units, it's very useful. Yeah. I think I can wrap it up here, guys. So this is my final tier list for exclusive equipment. What you want to take is of course your choice. And I think rather than using exclusive equipment like for Noah, which is already good without it, you can focus on other exclusive equipment because it takes a long time to get them, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. That's why you should be very picky with what you pick. And definitely avoid the lower ones, even if you have the units, because they don't make them much stronger, if much at all. Okay? Guys, thank you very much for watching. That's everything I wanted to say. I hope the microphone is better now, and I wish you a good one. Have a good time, guys. See you in the Discord. See you in Outerplane.